Hey, got 30 minutes to kill? Let's go watch some videos. I prepared some pretty good ones. So like, subscribe, leave a comment so I can argue with you, all the good stuff.
The pandemic created at least 40 new big pharma billionaires. Pharmaceutical corporations like Moderna and Pfizer made $1,000 of profit every second from the COVID-19 vaccine. More than two-thirds of Congress received campaign funding from pharmaceutical companies in the 2020 election. Pfizer chairman Albert Bourla told Time magazine in July 2020 that his company was developing a COVID vaccine for the good of humanity, not for money. And of course, Pfizer made $100 billion in profit in 2022. And may I just mention, finally, and this is also a fact, that you, the American public, funded the development of that. The German public funded the BioNTech vaccine. When it came to the profits, they took the profits. When it came to the funding, you paid.
That is true, too. More facts.
All I'm querying is this.
Yes.
Is if you have an economic system in which pharmaceutical companies benefit hugely from medical emergencies, where a military-industrial complex benefits from war, where energy companies benefit from energy crises, you are going to generate states of perpetual crisis, where the interests of ordinary people separate from the interests of the elite.
This is what you get.
They kept trying to cut him off. You guys notice that?
Did you notice how he kept trying to shut him up and make him stop talking? I mean, if they can't get you to stop talking and you have a very large public platform, the next step is to take you down. For him, as a man who had money, he had women, I mean, you can see clips of him shutting down women, like mocking them and making fun of them, saying, "Get away from me." And I mean, I'm not the best looking guy, but I've shot down plenty of girls in my life. You mean to tell me he had all that and he was a rapist? Because why? Because he was saying the stuff that you didn't want to hear for other people to listen, so maybe they might turn on you. If the machine is always grinding, it's just going to keep going. But if there's a squeaky wheel, they need to take care of it. And that's what happened to this poor man.
I don't do that brushing teeth shit. I don't believe in that brushing teeth shit.
You don't believe in the brushing teeth shit? Why is that? What'd you hear?
I heard you brushing teeth too much. Your teeth turn white. I'm a black man. Come on, bro. I like brushing my teeth. What do you gain from brushing your teeth?
What do you gain from brushing your teeth?
It took you that long.
Did you see how buttery his teeth was? I'm gonna start talking like this because it makes me feel uncomfortable. Man, that's nasty.
Dogs barking is a government experiment to terrorize people in poverty. Check this out.
Do y'all hear the dog?
There's a dog barking in the background.
One time, 2 weeks ago, I was like stoned, and I woke up at 2 in the morning, still stoned, and I heard that dog barking. And the way it barking, it just sounded exactly the same pitch every time, like. And I got really creeped out because I started to feel like, what if the dog barking is a government experiment and it's really just someone playing a dog barking over a loudspeaker?
Almost like it's pre-recorded.
Like terrorizing low-income neighborhoods so that we can't have peace. Like, this is literally how
It's not that far-fetched of a theory.
And I swear, I bet you that is real in some way.
It's like the movie They Clone Tyrone. Check it out.
That's not a real dog. It's kind of like how in San Francisco, some businesses will play classical music super loud over the speakers outside of their business so that homeless people won't loiter and, hang out or sleep. And of course, a lot of homeless people will still stay out there and still sleep anyways, despite the music, but
Stay weird, y'all.
it creeped me out thinking that, like, wow, like, this could all be
Anytime you start out a story with, "I was super high, I woke up and was still high," man, you were just high. And then I bet you told all your friends, but they were super high with you, so they were like, "Yeah, for real, that's a thing. Nah, for real, that's something." You were just super high. Stop getting that high. Stop smoking all the damn weed. You can't handle it. What's wrong with you? Pass that shit, though.
So that I wouldn't bruise. I just can't take
Chester Bennington looks exactly like his alleged father. And Avicii, I mean, have you ever noticed that it's always suicide with them? I personally, this is just me, think it's them waging war with God by telling you that if you commit suicide, it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. Look at all these celebrities that do it. They do it all the time. If it's too painful, they just take that way out. And I don't mean this in a horrible way, but it's the coward's way out. Show your strength. Be there. Wake up every day, take care of it, and handle it. You are loved, and you're not alone. I'm with you. I'm always with you.
Crazy.
He made that airplane so cheap for me, I couldn't help but buy it.
This is Kenneth Copeland, perhaps the scariest and richest pastor in the world.
Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did.
Known for his $300 million net worth, $7 million mansion, and his 3 private jets, with his very own airstrip behind his house, he's managed to become one of the wealthiest pastors America has ever seen. And I'm going to his church to find out why. The first thing I noticed was Kenneth Copeland's store, selling everything you could think of and the Bible, somewhere. But as the sermon began, I learned that a lot of this church's message was to basically claim blessings from God, and if you had enough faith, your life would be blessed. But only if you've contributed your tithes to help your favorite pastor Kenneth maintain his lavish lifestyle.
I didn't even know he was Jewish.
That man has 3 private jets and his own runway in his backyard. At what point is it enough and you start saying, all of this money is going to go into a new foundation. We're going to start building homes. You know what? We have enough to start building apartment complexes for the homeless. When is it enough for you? At what point do you finally say to the world, I have enough money and I want to just give back? Because if you think about it, what are you doing? Why would you do that? If Jesus was alive, he'd be flipping tables and out there fighting. And everyone just thinks because you're elderly or something's wrong in your life that you have to give to the church so that way you'll be blessed. You can be blessed without giving to the church. You don't have to do that. Start praying on things. Have some confidence in yourself. Believe that you can do it. You're a powerhouse. You have this. Start spreading the word. Go to your friends. Make it something. I mean, you can take nothing and do something with it. Stop giving it away, especially to people like him.
Okay, so you know when you see movies and they show people with different types of vision like this, like you see the different colors, x-ray and all of that. This is what it says on a Gov website. It says the pineal gland has photoreceptors sensitive to different wavelengths of light. Now this is the light spectrum. The colors right there is all the types of light that you could see, all the rainbow colors. These in the gray is all of the light that you cannot see. These are all the different types of wavelengths of light and the different devices that put them out. See where the light bulb is at? That little rainbow color, that's all you can see. These are all the other types of light that you cannot see. These are the types of light you can see, type of light that you cannot see. In the Lucy movie, it shows her interacting with the radio waves, the cell phones, Superman seeing the x-ray, Lucy looking at the trees, seeing the UV light.
Me too. You see this?
And in this movie, Free Guy, you can see that he puts the glasses on and he sees a bunch of other stuff that shows that he's in a simulation, aka video game. Now back to all the different devices that put out these different signals. See radio towers and all of that. Everybody was always talking about the 5G. Oh, it's gonna kill us and this and that. They could have been putting up 5G to make the city look like this. And y'all, Pineal is closed, so you can't even see nothing. You just see regular buildings, while people activated is seeing something completely different. You're just there as being a NPC.
I woke up from a surgery one time and it didn't last very long, but I looked around at all the doctors and nurses and I saw this cord coming out of the back of like their neck, and it was see-through. It was this vibrant blue color and it went straight up through the roof. And it looked like they were connected to God. I have no idea how to explain that. And it didn't last long because I started to snap out of it, come out of it. And When I realized it, I tried to study it really quickly. I tried to look at it. I was trying to grasp what it was, but it just went away so fast. To this day, I still wonder if I saw something that is always there, but we're just not allowed to see.
Yeah, so they ain't about to be on the floor.
There's no satellites.
They have so many compartments that break off when you go. So how is the shit the same when it lands?
Yeah.
Same shit takes off.
Or even the satellite.
No, there's no satellites. They are hanging satellites in the firmament. This is our GPS system. They screwing shit into the firmament, and that's the permanent GPS system. Call it space. But the space between Earth and God is called the firmament. And until he opens that up, it's gonna be continued. Firmament. We're his pets. Imagine having hamsters and they wild a motherfucker. If you let them out, they eat your dog and your cats. You gotta have a cap on it, don't you? It's called the firmament. It's in the Bible. Nothing.
I do know something like 85% of all the supposed satellite stuff that we have, the equipment, it's undersea cables. And I know you've heard about this on the news, some of you might have at least. If it gets disconnected, that is the mass majority of all of our communications. So all this stuff that they claim is up there satellite, I mean, all you have to do is research it, and it's not. I don't know what is up there. I mean, NASA's the #1 user of helium, and if you see some of these satellites come down, they have balloons attached to them. And that's not a conspiracy, because you just go search the images. It lands in people's backyards all the time. Why or what they're doing, or if it's really up there, I don't know, but it seems pretty obvious when you just Google it. I mean, it's not even, you don't have to go into any weird sites, just Google it.
Aaron Joel was a tall, handsome, 41-year-old free spirit. He left his family home in Oklahoma and moved out to Oregon and moved into this commune. But shortly after moving in, Aaron got restless again and began traveling all over the United States. And so he left the United States and he went to Nepal and began traveling all over Nepal. He met this wonderful young woman from Switzerland named Ladina, and the two fell madly in love. In 2014, the pair got married and they bought a house together and settled down in Switzerland. But in 2017, Aaron's wanderlust reared its head again, and he settled on attending that year's Burning Man. And he goes back to Oregon in the United States, and he meets up with a very close friend of his named Justin. From there, they drive in Justin's big van. They get to Nevada, they drive out to the Burning Man site. And so by that afternoon, Aaron and Justin had made lots of new friends, and they were out partying and dancing. Towards the end of every Burning Man, they will build this 40-foot tall wooden man effigy, and they will burn it to the ground. And so on the night, their group began making their way over to the wooden man effigy. All around this wooden man are what they called rangers. They're basically security guards for the event that also have some fire training. Aaron would turn to Justin and say, "Hey, I have some friends from Switzerland who are here right now. They're on the other side of the effigy, and I'm gonna go see them right now." And a little while later, when the sun had gone down, they lit the effigy. And so this huge wooden man effigy goes up in glorious flames, and everyone's so amazed by it. And then finally, when the fire is just about out, the crowd of people begin to disperse. Someone who was at the event, who apparently knew Justin and knew Aaron, came running over to Justin and frantically told him this totally shocking story about something that happened to Aaron. After Aaron told Justin that he was going to go to the other side of the crowd, and he made his way over to that far side of the crowd, but we don't know if he actually met up with friends from Switzerland. And once he was over there, he pushed his way towards the front of the crowd, and then after the effigy was set alight, at some point, Aaron was able to sprint directly into the bottom of this massive effigy, right into the fire. Aaron would ultimately only be inside of the flames for 12 seconds before the Rangers were able to go inside and pull him out. Aaron would be rushed to the hospital, but he would die that night. Aaron was completely sober at the time he decided to run into the Burning Man, and so it was determined that his death had to be a However, his family and his friends and anybody who knew him are just totally not buying the idea that he decided to commit, especially like this. At this point, no one has come close to figuring out what this other thing could be. And so to date, his death still remains largely a mystery. Here is a picture one of the bystanders took of Aaron as he charges into
988. You can text that number, you can call that number. You're not alone. I I mean, I wish I could say it more. Please reach out. People do love you. If you need to hear this, people care about you and love you, even if they don't know you. Just take a minute, breathe, call somebody.
For looking all around because I'm driving right now. But I want to talk to y'all about some zombies for entertainment purposes only. When I was deployed, we would get into altercations. And for a while, you know, nothing seemed really off. In like the middle of 2005, or sort of like towards the beginning of it. Anyways, it was like right at the beginning of my deployment. Like we would get into firefights with people and we would shoot them 4, 5, 6 times. They would fall. They would lose ligaments and they would get up and continue to fight. I'm like, what the f is this? Then comes Operation Phantom Fury. Operation Phantom Fury. If you go on YT and type that in, there's a part where you see Marines talking clear as day on top of a rooftop where they done shot this dude, I don't know how many times, threw a grenade on him, seen him laying in a pool of blood for entertainment purposes only. And they go down there and he's gone. I was right around the corner from that. Like, these folks would be eating opium. They'd be cool for like 5, 10 minutes. I don't know if that's all they was eating, but they would be high off this opium and these poppy plants that we was helping protect for entertainment purposes only. They would eat this. 1 second they be talking about how much they love America and how great we are. And 10 minutes later, they be on top of a rooftop or in a manhole, slugging it out, laying shit down. Like, we got investigated, and there's an article that y'all can go find right now that's still floating around. If y'all think this is cap, where Marines were getting investigated for too many headshots, entertainment purposes only. Too many headshots. They were saying we were executing people. What was happening was we was shooting these people in their chest, we was taking off ligaments. I mean, we was doing real damage to people. And people would fall. You think they was dead, and they were dead. Bleeding out, not even breathing. And they would get the f off the ground and continue to fight. So like I said, we were getting investigated. Oh, there's too many headshots coming from these Marines. Well, we had to make sure they was dead. And we wasn't executing people like how they would say they thought we was doing it, like up close and personal. No, we was a little bit of distance away when we was putting shit through people's craniums for entertainment purposes only. But yeah, y'all think this is cap? Go find that story. It's still out there. Go on YT, type in Operation Phantom Fury.
I've heard jungle warfare soldiers just chew on some plants all day long, and that gave them the fury and confidence to go and do something. Now, I can understand if your whole body is numbed up and you're not feeling anything, you get hit a few times, you'll probably still keep going. And there is one shot that's gonna disconnect you from reality. So, I mean, I get it. But yeah, if zombies come out, do you think you'd survive? Slow or fast? Which one could you handle? And tell me, would you be willing to eat cans of dog food? You would, huh? You nasty. You would though.
You want to hear something really fascinating?
Sure. They found proof to a story that happened in the Bible. There was a city. People in the city were sinning and they're doing terrible acts, and God wanted to punish the city. And he said, I'm going to send fire to destroy it. But I'm going to warn this family there that I think they're good people. And it happened to be this family of this guy named Lot. The angels came to him and warned him, you guys have to leave because the city's going to go up in flames. Immediately, when they started leaving, balls of fire started hitting this, and it started like engulfing the entire city into flames. One rule God said to them is you cannot look back. That's the one rule. And Lot and his family were getting away from it, but it was so tempting for his wife. She really wanted to see what's happening to the city. So she turned her head and looked out at the city, and she turned into a pillar of salt. Just recently, they found the pillar of salt on a mountain that seemed to be the direction Lot and his family would have escaped from. They never found anything like this ever in the world. That pillar is completely salt. Everything else is different material. They did tests and they found bioorganic material that could have been from someone living, which they think lines up to Lot's wife in the story.
Not only that, but they found sulfur balls everywhere in that area. Thousands of them. People have been taking them home and using them. It's literally, you just light a fire on it and that whole thing will burn like hash. Yeah, something happened there. Something happened.
Want to know why there's so much 33 symbolism surrounding the Charlie Kirk assassination? Because this was a Masonic ritual called King Kill 33. Kennedy was the first King Kill 33 ritual. Martin Luther King was probably the second. And now we have Charlie Kirk as the third. 3 K's Kennedy, King, and now Charlie Kirk, K, K, K. K is the 11th letter of the alphabet. 3 K's, 33. It took 33 hours to capture the shooter. Charlie Kirk was killed on September 10th, 33 days before his October 14th birthday. We've all seen this photo of the 3 rows of baseball caps with 47 on it. 4 plus 7 equals 11. Times 3, 33. 47 is an important number to the Masonic system. It's the 47th proposition of Euclid, known as the Pythagorean's theorem. This represents the Masonic symbol circling the square. It means doing the impossible, like the killing of the king ritual.
Normally I would laugh at this stuff like, oh yeah, 7 plus 2 equals 9, and if he raised the finger while he did it, that's a 2, and then there's a 3 because he's missing a toe, and they reach, all the time they reach, but on this one, I did hear them say 33 so many, I think it might have been 33 times. It was ridiculous, like I kept hearing it like, oh yeah, but I still, okay, maybe you can tell me this code. I don't know if when they say it, that means it's bullshit, it's all a lie, or if it's orders for them who are in their thing to be like, oh, okay, now I know what to do, or if they're guarding or saying like, there's a puzzle piece missing there, and I would love to know what it is. So if anybody wants to, just call me, let me know online in front of everyone, something like that, whatever it is.
Did y'all see how Nebraska is looking right now? I'm going to say something without saying it, but I hope y'all catch on. Look at this shit. Check this out right here.
Pretty weird.
Tell me.
Accompanying winds of 60, 70, even up to 90 miles an hour in the eastern part of Nebraska. So unfortunately, I was just checking on the power outage situation. We're talking about, about 18
That's crazy.
customers that are
Wow.
power across Nebraska due to these powerful storms.
So they had a storm in Nebraska. A storm where 18,000 people lost power. But did you see how that lightning was lightening up in the sky? You probably didn't see, right? I got another video. Look at this shit. Again, look at this right here. Tell me, what do you think this is? What does that look like to you? So we're going to play a game. I'm going to ask you a question, and you're going to answer it in the comments. Who did the Pentagon say was coming back in 2 years? And after you answer that, I want you to answer this. Did that look like lightning to you in the sky? And if it didn't look like lightning to you in the sky, I want to ask you this. In the comments, let me know what you think that looked like. Because it didn't look like what they're saying it is to me. Then I want to ask you this. Has there been any strange things going on where you live? Because ever since a couple of different things happened here, it's been a lot of strange things going on. Things that I've never seen before in my life, things that you never saw before in your life. So whatever strange things has been going on where you're from, I need you to put that in the comments, because there's certain things that I can say and that I can't say. But what I will say is this: we all know the truth, and the truth happens to be right in front of our eyes. And it looks like those times.
I hate when people get on there and they start with the, does it look like this to you? But doesn't exactly say what the hell he's talking about. Or they say, if you know, you know. No, I don't know. What the hell are you talking about? They always do that. Are you trying to allude that Thor's coming? Are you telling me it's plasma? Are you saying that it's not real lightning? Is it fake lightning? What the hell is it? Like, I watched that whole video. I could put it in slow motion and try to listen if he whispers something. He didn't say nothing. I'm pretty sure he ended it with, if you know, good, because I don't.
Oh my god, new angle dropped.
Exactly.
Straight down.
See the old demolitions of these old buildings. It folded down on itself, and
That's
it is
an
not there anymore.
explosion.
Does anybody else remember exactly what you were doing on 9/11 when you saw it? Traumatic experiences, right? That's why I can't remember what I had for breakfast last week, but I remember all the horrible nightmare things that happened to me as a child. But anyway, now that I try to bring down your day, what do you think happened? Do you think it was exactly like what they said? Do you think Israelis were dancing for no reason? I mean, I would love to get someone else's feedback on this. Why did he have that painting of Bush throwing that paper airplane like that?
Did you know that Michael Jackson was a follower of the Satanist Aleister Crowley? If you look closely at Michael Jackson's arm right here, you see the number 777. Michael Jackson followed the 777 book written by Aleister Crowley. The 777 book was used to summon and channel Nephilim spirits through ancient magic. Now, this gets even crazier. There's an article called I Make Myself Invisible by Aleister Crowley where he says he has a hall of mirrors and he contacts spirits this way. Why did Michael Jackson go and buy a room full of mirrors? This is Michael Jackson word for word in Psychic News in 1987. He says, I have one secret room with a moving hall and mirrors. That's where I talk to Liberace. He is the voice I hear in there. I feel his presence so very close to me. Liberace is like my guardian angel. He's even given me permission to record his theme song, I'll Be Seeing You. Liberace was a public flamboyant. Why would you want to feel his presence and summon him? It doesn't make any sense.
777 doesn't always mean that. It's actually some angel numbers as well. And if you look into just about everything, yin and yang, it seems like it has a positive and a negative. It almost seems like this world is a giant Rorschach test, and all it's trying to do is find out your personality, what you would do if you're learning, if you're growing, if you're becoming stagnant. I mean, this place really does seem like it's just a giant school, either to teach your soul or to endorse your body to do whatever you want to do with it. It's up to you what you pick. Free will. Hey, hey, hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed that. Maybe you learned something new. I don't know. I'm not here to just be teaching you everything. Go get a dad. I act like I got one or something. Anyway, before I start to get all emotional and cry, if you know, you know. All right, I'm out of here. Stop being weird. Stop being weird. Stop it. Stop it. You stop it. Okay, I'm being weird.